Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. This is a very great episode. I know I've been saying it every episode, but it's still a very great episode. And with Hear Me is someone who is not only it's an honor to have him here, and the fact that I met him is even makes it even more fun, but someone who is a very respected vendor, much more than me, and a very respected reviewer in this arena, and it's just there is a certain awe that is going to be in this interview that I'm going to be like, oh, Brett is saying something. We need to listen to him. Okay? So if you're looking for the bonuses, review when I demonstrate the softwares and the info product and everything, you can find it below. Here we're going to have a nice little chat with Brett, discuss, have fun, and some insider things that he's going to tell us. I hope so, right? And I guess that's it. The product is Group Traffic Profits. And Brett, how are you feeling?
Hey, Tom, it's great to see you again. I haven't really spoken to you too much since I met you in Orlando.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, time goes fast, man. This year went so fast. Before I knew it, it was almost over. So it's good that we can touch base again and talk. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today.
I really appreciate you having, you being here today with all this heater broke and all those things. Okay, so Brett, tell me a little bit about the background of Group Traffic Profits. Why was it created? What is the problem?
Okay, so the problem is traffic. And when you always boil it down to it, the problem is always traffic. You can teach people how to set up a website. You can teach people how to do a review or an interview. You can teach people how to do a blog. No matter what you teach people, though, the problem always boils down to traffic. And as a matter of fact, that's not even just a problem for new people. That's a problem for everybody. Mm-hmm. No matter how established you are, if you want to grow your business, if you want to do more, you need traffic. It really comes down to that. I mean, even email. Like we all say that email is the core of our business, right? But when it really comes down to it, email is just a way to get traffic.
Yeah.
That's what we use email for. We say, hey, guys, check out my link, check out my bonus page, check out my review. It's really just a traffic method. Yeah. Now, I use email for traffic a lot, and that's great, but it doesn't make sense to put all your eggs in one basket. So a while back, a little over a year ago, I started looking for another way to get traffic, a way that doesn't rely on email. Because what happens if all of a sudden my list goes bad or something? I'm screwed. I'm out of business. It doesn't make sense to depend on one thing. So for my business, that's where I started looking into the concepts of Group Traffic Profit. It was initially just as a backup for me and another traffic source for me. But after I had been doing it for about a year now, I realized it's also a great way for people just getting started to get their initial traffic as well.
Okay, and we're basically talking here about not just, you had control, you had experience with Facebook ads, but you chose to go ahead and choose something else and something that is free. Essentially it's free. And we know that free traffic is usually not that effective because it takes your time. It's really hard to do. What is different about this?
Well, first of all, Group Traffic Profits. People might have guessed by the product name is it uses Facebook groups. Now, I am a big proponent of Facebook ads. I do a lot of Facebook ads. I spend a lot of money every month on Facebook ads. Mm-hmm. The thing about Facebook ads, though, it's one time. You show the ad, either they click it or they don't, and then they go to your site and they're gone pretty much forever. Yeah. So that's the thing about Facebook ads. You have to continuously keep running them. You have to continuously keep paying for them. You never actually build to a level where they're sustainable. If you're not paying, you're not getting it, right? Yeah, true. So I wanted a system where I can build it up and then continuously reach those same people over and over again, kind of like you do with email. That's the advantage of email. Yeah. You build up the list once and you can keep using it. Well, I almost wanted to have something similar to that, like a list inside of Facebook. So I started looking initially at fan pages, and I didn't really like fan pages. So then I moved on to Facebook groups. Facebook groups have a lot of advantages. First of all, they're social. Everybody says social network, but they don't really realize what social network is. Social network is social. You can interact with people. You can build a relationship with them. Mm-hmm. You can get them to know, like, and trust you. Yeah. And if you do that, then they will start buying from you. Okay? Yeah. Second of all, whenever somebody posts to a Facebook group, everybody in the group gets a notification. I'm sure you've seen those Facebook notifications. Yeah. You go in and So it's an easy way to contact people as well. I post to my group, and all of a sudden, everybody in the group gets a notification. They know that Brett has posted something, and since it's a social thing, and I've built a relationship with them, they want to see what I post.
Yeah,
So Facebook group is idealized. Also, it's easy to build up a Facebook group because if you do it right, and this is a little tip for everybody, always make your Facebook groups closed. Everybody screws up. They make their Facebook groups public. Okay? And the problem with that is they think, oh, I'll make my Facebook group public and everybody will see it. Well, that means there's no incentive for them to join it because they can see it without enjoying it.
Yeah.
Without joining. I mean, we have a saying here in the United States, why buy the cow when the milk is free? So it makes sense. Why would you buy the cow if you get the milk for free, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Why would they join your group if they're getting the content because you made it a public group? Make it a private group and join the group.
Yeah.
So I realized that Facebook groups were what I wanted. It's exactly what I needed. The notifications, the fact that you can make it closed and make people want to join, the fact that it's a social thing so you can build up a relationship with them. And that's what I did. I started building up a Facebook group, and I've been doing it for well over a year now, and I've gotten to the point where I can send hundreds of clicks anywhere I want. Any website, any sales page, any product I review. Because I've built up a relationship with my group, they know, like, and trust me, and because the Facebook notifications means that anytime I go and post to my group, everybody gets a notification that I've made that post.
Definitely, it's like email only on steroids. Higher open rates, higher, better reach, more social, more dynamic, it's easier to build trust in those groups rather than email, right? I mean, obviously. So it sounds great on that, and there are many benefits, additional benefits, like you don't need a website if you have a group that you can promote in. You don't need a website. You don't need any special skills whatsoever in designing. You don't need to buy too many softwares or at all to design your website, to put banners. It's like this one platform which does everything for you, and all you need to do is to build a relationship and start making money.
Yeah, it really does. It has everything that you need. I mean, even at the point, like, one of the ways that I build my Facebook group is I give away freebies. So I say, hey, you guys want a free plugin or a free report, right? Join my group. And Facebook even has a file section where you can upload your freebies, so that way you can make people join the group in order to get the file. So it even allows you to deliver things to people. So everything you need, deliver products to people, you can do freebies, you can interact with them, you can post to them, you can send them notifications. It's all there right inside the group. And the best thing about groups is people ask me every day to join my group. Every day, tons of times a day. I mean, 10, 15, 20 times a day, people are asking to join my group. I can't remember the last time I got 15 messages from somebody saying, hey, Brett, put me on your email list.
No, these days, no. It's not like the old days, definitely. So, yeah, it seems definitely like a good alternative, something to build, but it's also something that not only us marketers with email and have experience and have, like, already have this audience we can go to. Even anyone with any experience, without any list, without any followers, can go ahead and get started with this. And this is basically where your product comes into play. So what is it exactly?
Okay, so Group Traffic Profits is actually 3 parts. So the very first part is the training, because I always feel that training is important. I mean, if I gave you a hammer and said, hey, Tom, build me a house, you'd be like, okay, well, show me how.
Yeah.
Or what good is a car if you don't know how to drive it, right? What good is a motorcycle if you don't know how to ride it? I could bring my sports bike to you and say, here you go, Tom. And I don't know if you know how to ride it, but if you don't, you probably just kill yourself, right? So you never want to give people tools without giving them training. And I don't necessarily mean just how to use the tool. I mean training on why you should use the tool, how you do things. So the first part of Group Traffic Profits is the training itself that teaches people how to set up a group, the proper way to set up a group, how to build members to your group, because a group of one person is very unexciting. So it teaches you how to get people to your group. Like I said, every day I get tons of people. I get a couple hundred people a week that ask me to join my group. I teach people how I do that. It then moves on to that. So once you got a group, it's set up, you got people in it, you need to know how to interact with the group. So I teach people how to build a relationship with the group, how to build trust with them, and then finally how to promote to the group, so that way you can do it in a way, and it's important to do promotions in the right way. You have to promote to the group in a way that you're not pissing the group members off. You have to be nice about it. If you're not nice about it, they're going to be like, oh, why did I join this? So you can promote to me all the time. But if you do it the right way, I do promotions on my group, and I have 50, 60, 70 people thanking me for the promotion. So if you do that the right way, you can actually do it in a way that brings them benefit, and that brings you more sales and brings you a better relationship. So that's the training aspect. After the
before
training
we get to the software, sorry to interrupt you. What I love about this is that it's something that you're doing in your business, on a daily basis. It's something you actively do. You've been doing for a while. You haven't rushed in releasing this. The whole feeling feels very, very legit. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's good. Okay, continue.
Yeah, that's actually important. I do like 3 to 4 launches a year. Okay,
Yeah.
probably about 4 launches a year. But what a lot of people don't realize is I actually make or test probably 7 or 8 products, even like softwares. I'll make 7 or 8 products, and then I'll use them in my own business for a while. And quite frankly, sometimes they don't work the way I thought they were gonna. And I say, okay, that's going in the garbage because this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Where
No,
I
it's
don't
good,
actually
it's good.
launch the stuff that doesn't actually work.
It's great.
This fortunately is one of the ones that worked out really well for me, which is why I decided, okay, I've been using this for a year. It's working out really well. Now I can give this to other people and tell them how to do it. So after the training comes the software. So one of the things that you want to do when you post to groups, or even when you post to Facebook, I'm sure you've noticed it as well, even on your own timeline, is when a post has an image, it gets more attention.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Of
Right.
course.
When it has a graphic, it grabs your attention, it stands out, it gets more attention. That's certainly something you want to do in your Facebook group.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Your post to have an image. Now, I have a graphics designer that works for me. I met him back when I was freelancing, and I was asking him to make images for me. So I'd want to make a post in my group, something to draw people's attention, maybe a promotional post, something I really want them to see. And I would say, hey, Josh, would you make an image for me real quick?
Yeah.
And he was doing it, kind of like a favor, but he wanted to get paid too. So he was charging me $15, to do it, maybe, a little bit of money. But when you're doing 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 posts like that a month, it adds up. It's like crap, That's
Especially
$100
when-
a month I'm spending.
No, especially when you're paying full price.
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be even more if you're not getting it if you don't happen to have a graphics designer that you've been friends with for 5 years. So, I was paying $100 a month just for these graphics. Most people would be paying like $200 a month, $300 a month for these graphics. So what I decided to do was, well, I'm a software developer. Like, why am I doing this? I'll make a graphics tool. So what I did was I made a graphics tool, drag and drop graphics builder that you can edit graphics and stuff. And then I said to Josh, hey, make me a bunch of templates for these graphics. So that way I could just edit his templates on the fly and make it the way I want to. And that way I don't need to pay him anymore. And he was happy to do the templates for me, and he was great for the job, but then he was kind of bummed out because he worked himself out of a job. He's like, dang. He goes, now you don't need me anymore. But so that's the first software aspect. You get that as well with the training. And then the final thing is I started thinking to myself, what would be great is, you post these graphics to Facebook, you're getting clicks from them. But normally what people do is they'll post a graphic to grab your attention, and then it'll have some text, right? So there's some text in the post, and then there's a link under it, a text link. I was like, that's cool, but sometimes Facebook hides that link. Sometimes you have to click the more button to see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't notice it. Sometimes people see the graphic, but they don't actually want to read the text. I was like, what would be better is if I can make that graphic, that big graphic on Facebook, all be the link. If I can make that entire graphic, yes. Because normally when you click a graphic on Facebook, all it does is it makes it bigger.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, what if I can make that entire graphic clickable? So that's what I did. I wrote a software that actually makes the entire graphic clickable. So now I have these fancy images that I'm making for my posts and my group that I've built up with the training, and I can make the entire graphic, the whole width of the timeline, a clickable image. So that way when I'm doing a promotion, obviously, it doesn't take much imagination to see how you get better clicks that way.
Yeah, definitely. So this is there are 2 softwares, and this is the one, and so far it's all on the front end, right?
Yeah, see, so, I started off, getting Group Traffic Profit started off with my system for making Facebook groups. And then I needed the image maker, and then I needed the link poster maker to make my post linkable. So I needed those 2 softwares. So when I sell Group Traffic Profits, I'm going to give people everything that I need it because I know they're going to need it. So yeah, it's all on the front end.
So these 2 okay, now I understand. It's 2 softwares. One is the image maker editor, and the other one is the link, the one that makes the image clickable to the link you want. Okay, so it's two softwares and a training packaged into one package on the front end alone, right?
Yeah. Because like I said, I wouldn't sell something that didn't have everything people needed in order to do what I did, and I needed those things. So yeah.
That's great to hear. I'm really happy to hear that. You know what's going on the JV's Do space these days, and always, so people are breaking down the product so it will be useless on the front end, so people will buy the upsells, and it's not uncommon. So to have
the email tools, it collects emails, and then it says if you want to integrate with your autoresponder, it's $100 more. I mean, it's so crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, great. So this is the front end alone. How much is the price? Any early birds?
Yeah, there's going to be an early bird. We're going to start it at I believe it was $24.95. I work with Mike Thompson, Mike from Maine.
Yeah.
So he does all that stuff so that I can be a computer nerd and actually make products that work.
That's good.
So I believe we set the price at $24.95 for the early bird, and then it's going to go up to $27 for the regular pricing.
Okay, so that's a good deal for the entire package. Definitely a good deal. And I know with you, I can trust you that the scarcity is real. When the offer expires, what happens basically? Do you remove it?
Well, the price goes up. I always, that's another thing I can never understand about people. They go ahead and they release a software or they release a training, and then after the 3 or 4 or 5 day launch, it just disappears. It's like, that's it. That's all you got. So I don't do that. I keep selling my stuff. But what happens is when I keep selling my stuff continuously, I don't have affiliates promoting it for me, so I have to use other paid advertisements. So I have to raise the price to cover that cost of sending the traffic via paid advertisement. So when my launch is over, I won't be getting all that free traffic from you guys. So I'll be raising the price up to cover my other traffic methods. So it's going to go from 27 to 67.
Okay, great. So makes sense. So this is a good time to get it during this launch period. And it's a short launch, right? 3 days.
Yeah, I do 3 days. And again, that's because I do my stuff all evergreen. So, I give everybody 3 days to get in at the early price. And then I raise the price up and I go into my regular marketing mode,
Yeah, good job. I like it. I really like it. And what about the upgrades?
So the first upgrade is I realized that some people might want some more hand holding. Sometimes people learn better when they can interact with people. They might want a little more hand holding. They might have some questions. They might want to say, "Hey, Brett, can you show it to me? Like, not show it to me in a video, but can you show it and help me as I do it?"
Yeah.
So I would like to do that for everybody individually. It's just not practical because there's only 24 hours in a day. So what we decided to do, me and Mike are going to do it. We're going to do a 4-week coaching. So it's a group coaching. We're going to do it via webinar. So for 4 weeks, we're going to walk everybody through the process. We're going to say step by step, this is us doing it with you. This is us showing you, and we're answering any questions that you have. So that's going to be 4 weeks of coaching involved in that. That's the first OTO. There's also 2 other things that you get with the OTO. You get a whole bunch more templates for the image maker software. So I said to Josh, "Hey, Josh, make me a bunch of more templates." That's going to be included as well, so you have some more templates. And you also get a free account to my Profit Canvas software. So I have a software called Profit Canvas that has a page builder, a pop-up builder, a webinar system. I like to put everything, in case you're seeing the pattern here, I like to put a whole lot of stuff into one and give everybody all the things that they need. So they're also going to get that. So for the first OTO, you're going to get 4 weeks of coaching, more templates for the image builder, and access to my Profit Canvas software.
Oh, that's a great deal. That is a great deal. So we're saying coaching, templates, and your Profit Canvas software, which by the way, not only I reviewed in the past, I have promoted it. It's a great software, so I can go ahead and recommend it just from my experience, based on my experience. What is the price on this one?
The price of that is going to be $67.
Oh, okay. That's a good deal. Okay.
Yeah, Profit Canvas is $297 a year. The templates, I don't know how you would price the templates. I paid Josh $1,000 to make the templates. And the coaching, if you go 4 weeks of coaching, if you just count at the coaching, that means you're paying us about $11 a week to go for coaching. So it doesn't really get. So everybody, if everybody's thinking about they want coaching, look, skip Starbucks 1 time a week and you can get the coaching.
Good. Okay. And about the second OTO, third OTO, how many are there?
Yeah, there's two
Oh,
OTOs.
okay.
I like to keep it. I don't like to get all
Oh,
crazy with
that's perfect. I
those.
mean, man, seriously, I was just making my calendar for December for the promotions, and I was going through upgrades of certain launches, and I saw this one which seemed good in terms of value and everything, but it has 5 fucking upgrades, and it's just. I've seen worse, okay, but still 5, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Couldn't you compile it or do something? And each one of them has a down sell, and you're like, it's a funnel from hell, man.
You
It
know,
really is.
I recently had the experience with the upgrades. I bought a new car. It's the first time I ever bought a new car. I bought it
Oh,
in the beginning of this year, the first brand new car I've ever owned. So I go to the dealership. I pay for it with cash. So I'm picking it up. They're getting it ready for me, gassing it up and stuff. And as I'm in there, I'm talking to the salesman. He's just BSing with me, right? Waiting while I'm waiting for the mechanic to get my car ready.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's like, "Hey, would you like to upgrade the stereo?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Would you like to get mag wheels for your tires?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Would you like to get this?" Would you? And he's going through this whole like. After like 20 minutes, I was like, "I'd like my fucking car." Okay.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely.
how about you leave me alone?
Oh
Right?
yeah. Oh
Because I realized that the mechanic wasn't getting my car ready. He was just wasting time so the salesman could try to sell me stuff. You
yeah.
know.
That's a well-known tactic. I mean, but yeah, upsells are difficult, especially when it comes to this. You know, this online marketing thing. People go through these funnels, and people are really coming when they buy a product. They really want to solve a problem that pains them. You know, it hurts them. It's difficult for them. It's really emotional. It's an emotional process. So when they go through these OTOs, they are really vulnerable. And when you have so many, you are hurting them more than you would otherwise. If you were buying a car, like they're just in, you're like, fuck off, man, leave me alone. But when it comes to upsells, you have no one to talk to. They're just pushing it, the links and the videos and the upsells. So when you have 1, 2, and they make sense, 3, and they make some sense, but when you have all these upsells and all these downsells, you are definitely in for a treat, to say the least.
Well, yeah, you're not respecting the customer is what you're doing, and I always try to respect the customer. Now, with that being said, upsells are a part of the business, and quite
Oh,
frankly, to a large degree, upsells are kind of required for our business to be profitable. So I've found that two relevant, decent upsells, is a good spot, and that's what I have on this one. So the second upsell is actually based on what I do. One of the things that I do, as you obviously know, is I sell digital products. I sell, plugins, I sell themes, I sell different software as a service,
Yeah.
and of course, I sell group traffic profits.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to make money online. It's a very profitable way to make money online, and it's also a way that I have an advantage in. We were talking about it just earlier today, where you said, don't tell your sob story, right? Like everybody has a sob story, right?
Yeah.
And I don't, and I just, like I said to you, I don't have a sob story. I was profitable from the beginning. And the reason I was profitable from the beginning is because I sold my own digital product from the beginning. Now I have an advantage. I'm a software developer. If I want to create a software, I simply write it. The only thing it costs me is my time.
Yeah.
Other people don't have that advantage. So what I did is I created a system called my Agency Access that allows people to put their JVZoo buy button. So you go to JVZoo, you set up a buy button. I teach people how to do it. It takes like 2 minutes. You know how easy it is.
Yeah.
You copy the code, you paste it in the software, and your buy button shows on my sales page. So now you can sell my group traffic profits system as your own product.
Okay.
So you become the product vendor.
Okay.
So now everybody. So that's what the second OTO is. It's the agency access that actually allows them to sell my system, so the training and both softwares, as their own products. They keep 100% of the sales price. They can build up their buyer's email list as well.
And you're providing them with the sales materials.
They get the sales page. They get the members area. They get the training. They get the software. Check this out. I do the support for them.
Wow, that's
They don't have to do anything. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. I really want to help people make money online. I really want to help people in their business. And I think maybe that's why I got to a level where I got respect in this business, because I genuinely want to help people. And I realized
respect
that
about
people couldn't write their own software. They couldn't create their own members area. So I thought, well, you know what? The best way to help them is to do it for them. And that's where my agency came from.
That's a good idea for an upsell, definitely. How much does it cost?
That's 97.
97. It's still a good deal. I mean, they can charge any price they want, right?
Yeah, there is a minimum price. I always set a minimum price on my software. And the reason I set a minimum price is because if I don't, people have no cost. They're not paying for the hosting and stuff. So if I didn't set a minimum price, everybody would be selling it for $2.
No, there is no max price.
No, there is no
Oh,
maximum.
that's amazing because if you, for example, just an idea, your software to sell it to someone for $100 a month or something or a year, this would cover easily the price of this OTO. You can cover it really quickly with just one sale if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, even if you sold it, like I'm actually going to suggest people, I'm going to be selling Group Traffic Profits after the launch at 67.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that people sell it for 47, so that way they can underbid me.
Okay.
So they say, hey, look, you can buy it from Brad for 67, but pick it up from me for 47. Here's my link.
Yeah, but
So that way, at 47, 2 sales. You need 2 sales in your life, and you cover it. 3 sales, and you just got a 50% return on your investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not bad considering you're not doing anything. You didn't pay for the hosting. You didn't write the software. You're not doing the updates. You're not doing the support. So it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, definitely is a good deal. There's many ways to go about it. I mean, I just finished reviewing Prospector. If you heard about the product.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the Prospector and the whole idea gave me this idea that with your resellers, with your agency license, I'm sorry, resellers is kind of a step down, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, agency is all done for you and stuff. So resellers is more like, here you go ahead and sell it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do.
Yeah, you can sell it to people who are less, out of this marketing arena. When people here expect certain price points, we know that. I mean, we know how it works. Someone who doesn't expect those price points, they can sell them maybe on JVZoo, but they can sell to different traffic sources and charge more. 97, and depending on the audience that they're targeting. So there's many ways to make money with this.
Yeah, agency is not something I've done. I've done it several times, and I always remember this lady Martha. She sent me an email over the summer. She's from Spain, and I don't speak Spanish, so I didn't understand very much what she was saying. Yeah. But there's one thing that I got. She sent me this email, and it was a link to a video on YouTube, basically thanking me. Like, sometimes people send it like, hey, thanks for your help and stuff. And she sent me this video, and it's showing her PayPal. And she had like $137 in PayPal. It was from selling using my agency system. And she's talking in Spanish, and the only thing I can get in English was she's all excited. She goes, look, money. Because she made her first money online. It was the best feeling in the world. So, that's I know for sure that people have made their first money online using my agency system.
Great. So it's a good upsell. So we said front end, info plus 2 softwares, $24.95 early bird, $27 later, 3-day launch, very, very quick. Should get it definitely earlier. On the whatever, you understood me. And you got the first OTO, which is the templates and everything, $67, right?
Mm-hmm. And the templates and coaching is the first OTO. Yep, 4 weeks coaching.
And the 97. By the way, there will be reminders below here. In the review and everything, there's going to be reminders, maybe even in text, so people won't forget the prices. Everything's going to be laid out for them comfortably. Okay, so for anyone who's still watching this, I mean, we're 28 minutes in, must be probably no one watching, but whoever's still watching this, first off, thank you for watching 28 minutes, man. You can find bonuses, review, demonstration, all these things below. Okay, so no problem. If you're watching on YouTube, it's going to be in the description. All right, Brett, before we wrap this up, is there any piece of advice you want to give people regarding, traffic from groups, whether or not they buy your software and your product?
Well, the last one piece of advice is something that I've been hearing a lot, and this is just a general piece of advice. It's for anybody that's just getting started.
Okay.
One thing somebody said to me on my group the other day was, I can't get going because I'm a newbie. Okay? And what I want everybody to realize is that if you pick anybody successful in any industry, not just ours, in any industry, they all were newbies at one point.
Yeah.
Okay? And they didn't let that stinking thinking hold them down. They didn't let that idea of, I'm a newbie, I can't do this, hold them down. And neither should anybody else.
I agree. Definitely agree. We were all newbies once. Some of us didn't have much leverage. Some had more leverage, but we were all newbies, and we definitely started from the bottom, in a sense. So, great piece of advice. I mean, anyone. This is basically showing that anyone can do it.
Anybody can if you want it. Everybody literally makes a choice. Either you choose to do it and be successful, or you choose not to. That's the advice that I want to keep. Even if people don't buy this, even if people decide they want to do something else, just remember it's all up to you. It's your choice, and there's no reason why you can't do it if somebody else could do it, and other people have.
Thank you. Thank you. Good advice, man. Okay, so everyone, I'm wrapping this interview up. Thank you for everyone. Thank you. Thank Brett. Thank you to the 1.5 person watching this still. And that's it. Have a good night.